Where's my camera? There it is. Hi, everybody. Sinday school session number 1. And it wouldn't be the same without a drink. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall. I'm gonna wait a second. Probably gonna turn down the music just a little bit. Hold on. Hi, everybody. I have things all over in the shop. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm gonna get started in a second, don't worry. Because this show is going to be about a half an hour long. I would like it to be at least. But I guess I don't really have a script for tonight. I'm just, oh, it's gonna fall. I caught it though. Okay. All right, so I just kind of want to give like a little background. Is it falling again? It's falling again. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get something to prop this up on. So I don't think that's gonna work. Hi! I'm so excited. Oops, sorry. Sorry, y'all. I think the cord is like pulling it forward. Hi! Here, we'll put the cord up here and cage it in a deer antler and see if that works. Really, that's what I'm doing. And yes, I've had a few drinks, okay? It's Sunday. It's like our Sunday dinner. I have dinner with my family every Sunday. Please just work with me. I think I have too much stuff in my wallet. Note to other board members, don't drink too much before this. Because then you can't prop your camera up. So, I need just something heavy. Why don't I have just something heavy? I think I have something. I have a bowl full of crystals. Let's see if that does the job. Oh, look at that. And then it's going to slide down in the front. Okay. Sorry, guys. This will work. I will get this to work. Is it moving? It's not moving. Okay. So I'm just really going to start talking about kind of my background. Hi, Juliana. Okay. Hi. Okay, it's not moving. All right, let's see. I think we're good now. All right, so I'm just going to start by explaining kind of what my background is and what I kind of come from. And it's funny that recently we had a little meme grouping of like our astrological signs and the type of witch we are. And Virgo was actually, hi! Virgo was a forest witch, which I think would accurately describe my background. So, hi everybody! So basically, if you've been to the shop, you've seen the land. If you've been to any of our events, you've seen the land. So you know this is where I grew up. My days were spent outside. I was always outside with my brother and sister. Hi! I was outside with my brother and sister all the time. Just we're nature people. We're huge on nature. We feel our most comfort while we are outside. I'm definitely a forager. I like to use our resources on our land to help my spells specifically. Obviously, I do have a video on my YouTube on how to use your land. Hello, Sue. But there's really this way of life is, I feel like, all I've known since I was little. Like me and my siblings, we would always be making little potions outside. We would always be watching The Worst Witch was one of our favorite movies. Return to Oz, that was awesome because the queen had a bunch of heads. Like that, like we always loved finding bones. I remember when in the beginning of my life, as a small child, we were living on South Salina Street, and it was not a good part of town. There was a lot of stuff that we saw that obviously you can't unsee. So my dad decided to move us to Kirkville, which was my saving grace, and I'm sure my whole family's saving grace. But as soon as we moved here, I don't know why, this is one of my most prominent memories, is we walked the land, like there's 20 acres back there, and over in the left hand corner there was a black bag, like all the way in the corner, like the farthest corner to the left that you could go. There was a black bag and there was a bunch of dog bones. It was a dog. It was a golden retriever. You could tell because the fur was still there. So we actually collected these bones as children and bleached them and saved them, and I don't know where they are today. I'm sure my brother lost them and whatever, but just growing up as a kid, a teenager in this house and on this land, it was just very nature, and it was very earthy and all about that kind of stuff. So that's basically where my background is. As a young teen in the 90s, it was, we would go to Media Play or Barnes and Nobles, and would go into the witchy section because, obviously the media has portrayed us to be a little bit more glamorous. So we really wanted that in our lives. So we would go to the bookstores and we would go in the spiritual section and we buy all the witchy books and all that fun stuff. Hi, Michelle. But that's a huge memory growing up as a kid. And really, as a young adult, and not having resources like we do today, you kind of think that being a witch is expensive, which it can be. I'm definitely not saying that it's not, but if you're a witch on a budget, then there are definitely ways around having to spend tons of money on being a witch. But as a young teen, I didn't know that. I would buy all these books. There was a book that was called Teen Witch. I think it was by Silver Ravenwood or whatever. And it was, it was those funny. A lot of those books that have all those spells in it, it has like very impossible ingredients that you're never going to find. And, you try and sift through and find the ones that might possibly work or whatever. But once you are skilled enough, you can take the bones of whatever spells that you see in these and transfer them into your life without all the crazy ingredients. You don't always need all those crazy ingredients. You can really just go for a walk at Green Lakes or something, or even Oakwood, or, anywhere. We are in upstate New York. Like, there's many places to go that you can forage and find your own plants and herbs to do your own spells and rituals. So if you're just a beginning witch, then you definitely want to look into all the different types of herbs and their uses. So I did gather. This was very last minute, so like I said, I don't really have much planned. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a background of me. But I did bring a couple books down to kind of refer you to these books, especially if you're a beginner witch. These are great books as reference books and whatnot. And obviously, if anyone has any questions or you want to add anything, feel free to do so. That's what this is all about, is, learning about all of our members, the members of our board. We're all trying to get involved in this, and I think this is a really cool thing. But anyway, I'm probably going to ramble. Like I said, I don't have a script, so hold on. I do want to show you the books I brought down. So there are some of those books where, you have like the 1,000 spells, or there's actually one with 5,000 spells, which is a lot of spells. But you can, like I said, you can get a lot of your bones from books like this, as far as the structures of your own spells. You can you can create your own spells. Did you know that? Because you can. It is possible. I have read a lot of these books, and I'm telling you that a majority of these are definitely romanticized witch type spells. Like, it's very like, you need a spell because you have thank you. This is awesome. I feel like we need more substance, in the group. So that's why these videos are going to be awesome. But yes, a lot of these spells are definitely romanticized witch spells, which are yeah. Like, you need a spell for your teacher that is annoying to you. You can find stuff like that in these books. Yes. But there are a lot of good stuff, a lot of good resources you can find. This one in particular I do like. So if you want to make note of any of these books, you go right ahead. It's almost like a book club, a Sinday book club. I don't know. I think, books are where it's at. And intuition. Books and intuition. You really got to follow your intuition to follow these books and to really comprehend these books. You can read all day long, but if you're not using your own knowledge to piece together your own path, hi Mom, then you're not using these books right. Hi Emily. So as far as herbs go, there's books like this. Hello. You'll need to borrow that. All the 1,000 spells. Well, it's here. So there's stuff like this. Cunningham's is a great reference book line. Like, they have a few different books that you can get, but this one is great for magical herbs. Which, in fact, this is good to know. All you got to do is go online, Google, just make sure you're looking at your resources. Now, when you're Googling things, you should always do advanced search and include like .orgs or .edu articles when you're looking for magical herbs and stuff. Also, some of them have the metaphysical powers in them, but you can't, obviously your intent adds to them, but this is a good reference book. Okay. All right. Now my favorite one, though. And this one was referred to me by our scholars. And this is, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys are seeing these backwards. So if you need like links to these books, but this is Hoodoo, Herb, and Root Magic. This one's cool. I like this one because it's more of like a grassroots type of hoodoo reference book, and it has all the meanings of, like, if you have a certain herb, like cinquefoil, for example, you can go, cinquefoil, which is also five-finger grass, I believe, in this one. So you would have to look, it has all the cool stuff in there. I love it. This is one of my favorite books to look in. I very much recommend this. Okay. Now, I know a lot of moon talk has been happening. So we all know that the moon has great, great power amongst witches. So there is a book that is a little bit older, but we do like the older books because we do like the older ways. I do, personally. I don't know. But this one, it's called Drawing Down the Moon. Right? Again, if anyone has any questions about these books that I'm showing, you let me know, and I will post the links. A link. But this one's good. This one's good. It definitely tells you how to utilize the moon and do some rituals to draw down the moon. My favorite one, which was not in this one, I do have another book. It has the sun and the moon on it. I think it's 1001 spells, but it's purple and pink, and it's really pretty. I'm sure a lot of you have that book too. But there is a ritual in there to draw down the moon for creativity, and it's a full moon. So there's a lot of different spells that you can get from all these books. And really, if you want, you can piece together a few different spells and go from there. It's really, obviously you need to respect the craft before you go jumping into spells, but you have to start somewhere. You do. And we all know the best way to do it is a hands-on thing. So start small. You don't have to start all crazy big and do some crazy dancing naked in the full moon ritual with a bonfire going with crazy amounts of herbs and you don't need to start with all that. If you feel confident enough to do it, do it. But that's probably not what you're going to want to start with. You're going to want to start with the smaller stuff as far as, you know, don't overwhelm yourself. And don't overwhelm yourself with labels either, okay? Me, I'm a witch. That's it. I dabble in a lot of different things. I'm not going to put a label on myself other than a witch. I like all things related to the occult. It doesn't matter what path it is. I'm intrigued, nonetheless, regardless, all that. So, yeah, definitely. I don't know. If anyone ever has any questions for the group, definitely ask. I know there's a lot of people that are silent members that don't ask any questions or, I don't know. Whatever. You can ask. We're all very friendly, and we do have a witch for that. We do, and I hope we can get a lot of volunteers as far as people that want to speak and all that. Now, I did have someone ask me about altars. Now, if you have been to the shop, you have seen the shop altar and kind of what it represents. Each person has their own way of making their altar. There's no right way to make an altar. Altars don't have to be, some people believe they have to be in a specific room, and that's fine, or like specifically not in a room, and that's fine too. I feel as though, like me, I have cats and I have kids, so I have an altar in my room. I have 2 altars in my room. 3 altars in my room. I have 3 in my room. I have 1 in the shop, which I love because it has a lot of different energies on. And then I have a shrine on the outside of the shop. And then I have one shrine out by my garden. And then I have another shrine, actually 2 more shrines on the way to the garden. Yes, definitely. Definitely. I just like being able to dabble in anything. I don't want to be specifically just one thing. I will never, ever be specifically just one thing. I am a little bit of everything, as we all should be. We're all spirits that have a lot of we're very complicated beings, So everybody has their own thing going, So altars, some people don't have a lot of space for an altar in their home. A lot of people, rent and they just have smaller spaces. So, if you could utilize a windowsill, what you could do is maybe build a couple shelves within that windowsill so you have a few levels to work on. And you can put whatever you want on these altars. It doesn't have to be specifically to one deity. Hi, Chelsea. Doesn't have to be specifically one deity. Doesn't have to be, whatever. It could just be a thankful to the universe altar. It could be an ancestor altar. Ancestor altars are very important. You always see those memes where it's walk like you have your ancestors behind you, and that is 100% true. You always have so many spirits backing you up. See, and that's a good idea to have a kid altar, because my kids, I keep them out of the shop because they do touch everything. And obviously there are definitely some things that kids should not be touching on altars. So it is a really good idea to have a kid altar. I think that's a great thing. And you can make the kids make the altar. You can have them add to the altar. So it would be a specific child-friendly altar. Me, it's my cats especially that I'm worried about getting on altars. But there's many different kinds of altars. Ancestor altars definitely, I think, are very important. And it should be separate from your other altars. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of the stuff that I have learned from my brother and his husband, Jeff and Alan. They are huge influencers in my life. They have done extensive research in many different religion, so I do trust their sources. They're very good at validating sources. But yes, that's where I get a lot of my information from. A lot of it, obviously, I learn myself, and everyone has their own way to practice. Not everyone's going to practice the same. Yes, the cubes, exactly. The cubes work amazing. That's kind of like what I have in the shop. It's my, yeah, I call it my little deity complex. Because I have a bunch of different, we all have different people that we acknowledge, and especially if we work with different deities, and, you know, there's a lot of different altars you can make. Some altars have to be separate from other altars. You can't always have deities on the same altar. Certain deities that have to be by themselves, and there's no way around that. And chances are they'll let you know one way or another. It's pretty crazy, like especially for the people that are kind of new and you haven't really experienced doing the spell work. It is pretty awesome when you know, do a bunch of different workings and put a lot of energy into certain things and they actually happen. That's why we all do what we do. That's why we're still doing what we do. I've been doing, like I said, I've been being a witch forever. We're a family of witches, so this isn't something that's new to me. Everyone is always learning, though. I will never say that I've learned everything, because I have not learned everything. And I don't think anyone can learn every single thing, You can get really close, I'm sure. So I don't know if anyone has any questions so far about what we've been talking about. I don't know if any of this is interesting to anybody. Come on, show me some feedback. What do you got? I think that's all the books. I did bring another book down, and I have not read it yet, so I'm reluctant to recommend it 100% yet. However, I definitely have done some research on Appalachian witchcraft, so I'm intrigued by what this book has to offer. We'll see. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, we are going to be compiling. I haven't gotten to it yet. There's so much going on. I'm like, let's do every event possible in the next couple months, right? Because that's how we do. Good. Thank you. I hope so. I hope I'm not just rambling and making y'all very bored on a Sunday evening. But this is fun. Like, this gets us, like, you get to see faces and get to, see personalities. And I think, we're all so used to the screens and not being able to physically see people face to face. This brings us all one step closer. Definitely. So does anybody have any questions? I guess I will say, any questions? Because I think this is especially a good tool for any beginner witches or anyone that, I know a lot of the people that are in here right now are, you know what you're doing, still learning like we all are, but you still, everything I've said, you're probably like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. So, yeah. I don't know. That's pretty much it. Oh, good. You have read the book. Okay. He seems like a very nice person. I do have him on my Facebook, but I'm very intrigued. I like this kind of witchcraft is so much fun. And I am a big outdoors and a witch's ball. Well, I do actually have a tutorial on how to make a witch's ball at home. And it's actually the one that I made in the video is hanging in my shop. But it depends on what your intention is. Most of the time, though, it's to protect yourself. That would be fun. We'll schedule you in, Emily, and we'll definitely do one of that. That would be awesome. You can do one on my hair. I think I have enough to work with. So witch's ball, you put a bunch of different herbs, you can put charms, you can put anything you want that goes with your intention. Usually it does have to have something to do with protection, especially against other witches. Protection and cleansing. I remember you made a post. Wait, hold on. Yes, the witch's ball. I already answered the witch's ball. Okay, so best beginner spells, protection and cleansing. You did make a post earlier about that. I remember commenting on it. Protection, there's a lot of different spells that you can do. A lot of it has to do with herbs and different plants and stuff that you can put into waters. Like when you make a protection water, you make you steep it for like a few weeks or whatever, and then you can sprinkle it around your house. Cleansing, there's a lot of different cleansing things that you can do. I mean, it all depends. It really depends on what you're comfortable with doing, how much you have been exposed to, I guess, as far as rituals go. No, thank you, Nick. And I'm sure I'll meet everybody soon. I'm very excited for this group. I love this group. It is so much fun. I have so much fun with all you guys. But yeah, there's a lot of different spells that you can do. There's, I mean, really, like protection. You can make a gree or a charm bag. The waters. You can even just do rituals with different incenses burning and ask, for up above to help you in protection, especially call on St. Michael, like he's one of the best. I mean, again, it all depends on who you follow, what you follow, if you follow anything at all. So, if you're open to anything, definitely call on Archangel Michael for protection. Because, obviously, he's got his shield. He's a protector. So, you could possibly look into different deities as well to call upon to ask you for help with certain things, too. So, yeah. And I'll definitely be reading the book. I feel like I never have any time for anything. So little time. So much to do. Always. And then I throw this on top of everything. Yes, I love our meetups. I love everything. And yes, cleansing, definitely. You can take a cleansing bath. And that could just be sea salt. Just a saltwater sea salt bath with some candles lit and just meditating, and even definitely light some incense. It doesn't really even matter what kind of incense. Any incense can be cleansing if that's what you want it to do. See, and I love this too, because it opens up discussions. I have good music, don't I? And yes, we do have a meetup date coming up very soon. I hope to see a lot of you at Pagan Pride Day, or even the September 7th craft show that we're in. That one's going to be off the hook. And the main reason is because I am a fire person too. I do have a lot of fire in me. And they have a ginormous bonfire. Yes. Yeah. Because I like to dance. Because the music is too good. And I've been drinking. But I have a very healthy drink. It's rum and pineapple juice. And you know what? The gods like rum. But yes, we have lots of events coming up. I'm very excited about this. I have to, of course, put a plug in for our group. And that is, I'm excited for this ugly sweater bath. That's going to be bath. I read bath. Stop it. Ugly sweater party. That's going to be fun. But yeah, salty aura. That's right. I like that one video where she's like, you got caca energy. Sorry, Mom. But it was a funny video. Maybe I'll have to share that again soon. What time is it, people? I don't even know what time it is. Here, let's see if I can not mess it up. Oh, look at that. I did a half an hour. You can't even believe how fast it goes. So anyone that wants to volunteer to do one of these fun videos, definitely volunteer. Let us know. Well, yeah. We are not in Roman times, Michelle. We will not all do an ugly sweater bath. That was good. All right. Well, I don't know. That was a half an hour long, and I feel satisfied with that. There's really so much to it, so maybe I should save more for another video. But I could also talk about the type of stuff that I do personally, if you would like me to, like the type of rituals that I do. Yes, I love that. Can I heart this while I'm talking? Nope, I can't. Emily, that was a good comment. That was funny. But yeah, I do a few different rituals. You guys normally see my live new moon wish burning rituals. Usually when I'm doing a ritual by myself, it's a little bit different because I don't have a camera on me. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, usually I don't have a camera on me when I'm doing my own spells. And typically, when you're doing spells, you should turn off your electronics and be one with the universe. You know, you should be doing that. But I did make it to my 30-minute mark. But there's so much to talk about. I always feel like I should just keep talking because there's so much to talk about. I will save a lot for the next video, but most of my rituals involve calling upon the elements. I think the elements have a huge influence in rituals and in making your intention come to fruition. And then I call upon whatever deity I'm working with. Typically it's Hecate or Pan. Those are my big dogs. But there are certain times where you have to work with other people, and that's fine too. You know, you obviously, once you work with someone, you should have a space dedicated to them, all that jazz. So yeah, you know what? I am going to save the rest for future videos. If no one has any more questions, I'm going to close this out. So I'm going to give you guys a second to really think if you have any questions. Like I said, I know most of you know what you're doing. But we'll give it a second. If anyone has any questions. Yes, they will start saying goodnight because it's 9 o'clock. I'm a night person though. I enjoy the night. Most of my creativity comes out at nighttime. I did post a meme the other day. It was like, in this house we stay up really late and then I have anxiety about having to wake up early. That is very much true. Most of the time I wake up at like 9:30. But nighttime is where it's at for me. I'm just a night owl. Especially on Sundays. Because usually, you know, it's a nice relaxing day. Usually I have the shop open or whatever, but yeah. I don't know. I guess if no one has any questions, we are going to be done for our first Sinday school session. All right. Thank you, Mom. Good night. Love you. All right. Well, then that's it. No questions for me. And if anyone has any questions that are watching this the day after, a pouch for health. I mean, you would definitely want to look into the different herbs that you have available to you. You can even put different charms in these pouches that signify health and healing. You can use different crystals in these pouches. Even on the outside, you can adorn it with different charms that mean healing to you. Anything, I mean, health and cleansing go hand in hand, so you would want to, you could intertwine the two different types of intentions. Heck yeah, nighttime is Emily. That's why I can't work for someone else. I have to work for. That's why I am a cleaning lady. Because I like cleaning people's houses. I'm a Virgo. That's what I do. I don't clean my own house though. Only when I do need a clean house though, when it comes to being creative and, you know, getting that creative juice flowing. I definitely want a clean house. I know a lot of the time when people come in here, my shop is a mess. But can I just say, it's because I'm a creator. I create in this shop. Goodness. You're welcome. All right. See, I could keep talking. I'll probably do a lot of these Sundays if we don't get any volunteers. I feel it here. Okay. All right. I am going to say goodnight so I can get back in the house. But thank you everyone for watching for our first episode here. It was nice letting everybody know my beginnings, I guess, and what's led me up to this point. It is very true, Sue. Yes, we do. You know, you could be watching the most boring video, but there's one punchline that really changes the whole way you think. Like, you know, I'm not saying that my video is boring or anything, but it, you know, you never know. You definitely can always learn, for sure. I'm so glad that we do have this community to learn together. It is awesome, and I'm just I'm so excited for all the parties that we're going to be having. Thank you. I hope so. I hope it was a good first live. I hope people got something from it, especially if you're a beginner. But even if you're not a beginner, maybe you got from it like my personality and the type of person I am, and you know why I'm doing what I'm doing, and you know I eat, sleep, breathe, live this, you know, this group, you know, my shop. A lot of the times I'm thinking about this group before my shop. It's a fact, but it's because of the change in the community and the sense of community and the unity in the community. You know, it's a good thing. It's a great thing. I'm really excited for the future. I agree. And I hope you are too. And I hope most of you can get to these meetups. We do have a good time. Like I said, these are starting as meetups so we can get to know each other, because I feel like you should definitely get to know one another before you start, you know, making things together and doing things together as a group. It's just, you know, we also need the funds. So remember, if you want to make a donation, feel free to, especially at these craft shows we have coming up. And we also have the crafts that have been donated by members. We have sold a few, so you know, you can come into the shop. There's 2 shelves for the group, and you can buy stuff that crafters in our group have made. It's very exciting. There's a lot of big ideas for the future. We're gonna get big, and yes, we are the originals. That's right. But it is gonna get big. I can promise you this. But it's gonna be good because it just is. And I feel like this is good, you know, just to update the group. Definitely. I hope to see you there, Emily. It's been a little bit. So yeah. If anyone has any questions about what you just watched, you let me know. You can message me. You can even message the Witches and Heathens of CNY Inc. group if you need anything. And one of us will get back to you as soon as possible. And I look forward to the next Sinday school session. And I hope you do too. I hope we get tons of viewers next time. We did pretty good this time. Even though this was so last minute, and I don't know. I feel like it's usually when I'm waking up is when I have these crazy ideas. But I think I said it last night to the group. Yeah, definitely. So that's pretty much it. Now that we have more people coming in, that's pretty much it. I pretty much covered this session, because if I start going into everything else, it's going to start a whole another like hour-long spiel of me talking. So for now, I'm just going to wrap it up. And if you're just coming in and you want to watch what we just did, this video will be available for replay in just a few moments. Thank you everyone so much for watching tonight, and I look forward to next Sunday. I don't know who's going to be doing the video, but someone's going to be doing a video regardless. Like I said, if we have no volunteers, then I guess that's going to be me. Because I always have to. suck it up. And I'm only thinking of our Halloween parties that we do as a family. Michelle knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go to bed. I'm gonna go in the house, put some kids to bed. Yes, I did late last night. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I get these crazy ideas and I just want to put it out there and see how it goes. Because usually if I get these crazy ideas, it's like my spirit world telling me that I need to do this and it's going to be good for the group. So that's what I do. I don't know. I go with it. But it's fun, so I'm down. I think it's fun. I'm having a good time, and it's like Sunday school. That's the whole point. But we're Sinday school because we're awesome. Because we're sinning because I'm having rum and pineapple. I'm probably going to do some tarot cards later. So tarot's the devil. Which is in fact not the devil, just so you know. But yeah, replay's going to be available soon. Thank you for watching. I can't wait till next time. Bye everybody. Good night. Watch the replay. If you have any questions, let me know. Good night.